Publishing content on one channel is not enough these days. You need to be everywhere. Today, we're going to dive into why being omnipresent is so important and how to do it effectively without breaking your back or your bank account. I'm Hanny Mora, the CEO and founder of Repurpose.io, a platform that helps content creators like you make a bigger impact and reach more people by automatically repurposing and distributing your content everywhere. So, what does omnipresence mean? Well, according to dictionary.com, it means being present everywhere at the same time. But when it comes to marketing, it means that you show up everywhere. Your content shows up on all the different channels, on social media, on blogs, YouTube channels, podcasts, etc. And the truth is, people are looking you up before they decide if they want to do business with you or not. So if you don't show up on the platform they're looking up, they may have some doubts. So how do we become omnipresent with our content, and how do we do it effectively without spending hours creating content, distributing, uploading, or without spending a ton of money like hiring expensive agencies to do it for you? Well, I want to share with you today what I call my ACE framework. It's going to help you do this effectively. The A stands for all formats. Make your content available in all different formats. C stands for consistency, and E stands for engagement. Let's dive into each of these right now. All right, so A, all formats. We have to realize that people like to consume content in different ways. Some people like to watch videos, some people prefer to listen to audios, and some people prefer to read. And to be honest, I feel like there's three different ways people can discover your content. So I call it the three S's. People can scroll to it. For example, if they're on social media, they're scrolling their feed, a lot of thumb action. So you need to have video content so you show up when people are scrolling. Subscribe to it is another way. People can subscribe to your content. This is especially important for audio podcasts. So if you don't have audio content, it's harder for people to consume your content on demand. So what the beauty about podcasting, we're going to get into it a little bit later, is they can listen and subscribe to your show and listen to it whenever they want to. So having the audio content makes people able to subscribe to it. And last, people are searching for it. People are searching on Google. People are searching on YouTube. They're looking for a solution. So written content typically ranks really well in Google so that you can find your content if you have it optimized within Google. So that's why you need videos, audios, and written content. So let's dive into more audio first. So audio, when it comes to being everywhere, honestly, people think, all right, this makes a lot of video content and put them on all the different social platforms, especially YouTube. Amazing. That's fantastic. I highly recommend you do that. But it's only the starting point. You don't want to stop there. You want to turn those videos into audio podcasts or audio content. Audio is equally as important as video. So you're missing out on a whole new audience that likes to consume content on the go. They're not sitting in front of a computer. They like to listen to when they're in the car, at the gym. You want to be able to make your content available on the go. And creating an audio podcast just from your existing YouTube videos is a quick way to get started. You can do it using a tool like Repurpose.io, which will automatically take all your YouTube videos and turn them into audios. So there's two main advantages that I really feel that makes audio really powerful. One is listeners can subscribe to your podcast. So when they subscribe, two things happen. One is every time you push on new content, they get notified on their phone automatically. Amazing. It's so powerful. And two, it gives them the ability to see your entire library and listen to the content they want whenever they want. So it's also powerful and convenient for them as well. And the fact that audio podcasts are listed on big directories like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, for free, by the way, people can search and discover your content. So people are looking for new shows to listen to about specific topics. They can do a search and your podcast or your episodes will appear in both those directories. Written content. A lot of people forget about this. And blogging to me was one of the original content platforms before video got big, and podcasting is getting there as well. So, but a lot of people tend to go to video and forget about written content. So, what I recommend here is you take your video content that you already created, live stream, recorded video, it doesn't matter. Anything off your YouTube channel you already have right now, and get it transcribed. And this is very inexpensive. Right now, there's a lot of automated transcriptions that are pennies. They'll cost pennies to get your transcriptions done, and they're pretty darn accurate. So, what do you do with that transcription? Well, you turn it into a blog post that you put on your own homepage, your own website. The beauty of having a website that can host your blog on it is that it's yours. It's your home base. It's something you own and can control. You can do things like optimize it for search. You can do some SEO so that you rank well in Google when people are typing certain words. But even more importantly, I feel, is it's a platform that lets you capture people's email addresses. You can't do that on social media. You can't, it's very difficult to do it. You could do it, it's very difficult. So, but on your website, you can, if you have a written version of your video, basically a transcript that's turned into a blog post, you can embed an opt-in form, an email opt-in form in the beginning, middle, end, wherever you want. So you can get to that next level with your audience. So you can get them to opt into an email list and take that conversation further. And of course, you can always add the video as well as the written text, so they can give people options to watch and read at the same time. What else can you do with your transcriptions? You can turn them into social media posts. So, what I do is I take my transcript, summarize it down to 2,200 characters, which is the limit on Instagram, and it works on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. So that basically I have a text post. You can post videos, graphics, or just simple plain text. People call it long text posts. Those are great because it lets people see a preview. They see the more button, they click, they interact with your content, which social platforms like. So take that summary, take that transcript, turn it into a nice summary. Super easy. You don't have to create new content. You've already created that content. Okay, so we talked about having it in all formats. Recommendation is video, turn that into audio, turn that into written by transcribing it. And now we're going to talk about the C, which is consistency. Bottom line, publish content daily to every platform. It sounds daunting. It sounds difficult. It is doable. We're going to dive into it right now. The reason why you want to do it is because people are not on the different social media platforms every day. So if you're just posting once a week, they may miss your content because there's so much content on social platforms that you need to be top of mind, top of feed by posting regularly. And kind of related to that is when you post regularly, what you're doing is you're training the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the Twitter algorithms that, hey, I'm a poster. I post content regularly. And then the machines are going to learn what your habits are, and they're going to showcase your content more and more. It doesn't happen right away, but the more consistent you are, the more you're feeding the AI, the machines, the algorithms, whatever you want to call them, for the social media, so that you're telling them, hey, I publish regularly, pay attention to me, show my stuff to everybody else. So it's really, really important. So how do we publish content without creating new content daily? Well, the answer is simple. It's repurposing your existing content. I strongly believe in the idea of creating once and publishing everywhere. What I mean by that is I take a single piece of content, like I'm doing now, I'm going live right now, or I upload a video to YouTube. Take that content, I've already created it, and turn it into 20 or more different types of pieces. So you can turn it into small video clips, let's say 5 video clips, one for each day of the week that you can upload to each platform. Then you can turn that into an audio podcast. You can get it transcribed, turn it into a blog post. Take the blog post, summarize it, turn it into a social media post we talked about earlier. And then you can even take it one next level and say, hey, I'm going to pull out a few interesting quotes from my transcript, make some cool quote graphic, and post that image on social media. So these are just some examples of what we do. And we use repurpose.io to help us automate a lot of this stuff. But honestly, it's so much easier to take a single piece of content and turn that into multiple pieces of content versus having to create, let's say, 20 brand new pieces of content. It's impossible. You're going to get content burnout. And the last part of the ACE framework is the E, which stands for engagement. So besides the number of views or how long people are watching your videos on social media, the next most important factor is engagement. So someone liking, someone commenting, someone clicking the more button to read more of your long post, all those are indicators of engagement. And what social media platforms, they love that. They use that to determine if your content is good. So the more content that you produce that has more clicks, more likes, more comments, then they're going to show more and more of social media platforms will show more and more of your content because they realize that it's good. People are engaging with it. So what's really good is the whole point here is social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, they want their people to stay on the platform. So they keep feeding good stuff, the good stuff in the feed, the stuff that people are commenting on, engaging with. So it's super important to realize that engagement is a big factor. It's more than commenting, it's liking, sharing, all that good stuff. So what can you do to help drive up that engagement? A couple things. One, you can encourage people to like and share. For example, you can say that right in the beginning of your video. You can mention it in the text as well. You can be clever about it too. So if you're saying something really powerful, you can say, hey, like this if you agree with what I have to say. Have fun with it, be creative with it, encourage people to like it. Another thing is you can invite people to leave a comment. I think this is probably one of the easiest ways to do it. Either in your video content or in the text part, when you post your video, you have a place to put your text. Invite people. Let's say my video is about 3 tips for repurposing content. I can ask, hey, I'd love to hear your top favorite tips for repurposing, and encourage people who watch the video to leave their own tips in the comments. And the best advice I can give you is engage and reply to every single comment, good or bad. Your comments are also treated as engagement. So you literally can double the number of comments on any piece of content just by replying to everyone else's comments. So if you have 3 comments and you reply 3 times, boom, you've got 6 comments, 6 touch points, 6 pieces of engagement. And that just makes, adds more value to your content on the platform. And here, this is, being truthful, this is the step where you can't really automate or outsource. This is the human to human factor. You got to be real, be authentic, and connect with anybody who's left you a comment. I mean, good or bad. Maybe they left you a nasty comment, reply back politely, and just, recognize that, hey, I'm the creator, I'm a real person. I'm seeing your comments and I'm responding. That does 2 things. And one is people will feel that they're connected to you. Like they feel like a real person has posted it, and they feel like a real person is there caring about what people have to say about their content. So it really builds a relationship with your audience when you personally respond to every single comment on whatever content it is, audio, text, or video. Okay, so before you publish your next piece of content, I want you to stop and think about my ACE framework. Again, just to recap, A, is your content available in all formats? Is it available in video? Is it available in audio and available in text or written format? If not, think about a way to incorporate at least one more. C is for consistency. Are you publishing consistently? Target a daily publish. So publish on every platform every day. And repurposing is the best way and the most efficient way to do this. And E, engage with your audience. And the best thing you can do is simply reply to every single comment, good or bad. So if you're looking for a simple way to take your existing videos, turn them into multiple pieces of audio and video content, and even schedule them to all your favorite social media platforms, then I highly recommend you check out repurpose.io. You can go to repurpose.io/free and repurpose 10 pieces of content absolutely free. So that's it for today. If you want to take a deeper look, I hope you take a deeper look at your content strategy, what you're doing now, and see if you can incorporate some of the elements of my ACE framework so your content has a better chance of showing up everywhere.